Good morning and happy Wednesday, you guys. So today I'm back with another video for you all. Today's video is going to be concentrating on my new tattoo. If you've watched my birthday weekly vlog, which I decided to do this year, I got tattooed on the Thursday by the wonderful and very highly talented Georgiie Gibbs, who works out of Black Sails Tattoo down here in Brighton. I was very happy about getting the appointment, if I'm honest. It just managed to fit in right sort of after my birthday and just before my new job started. So it was a great time to get tattooed, if I'm honest with you. So I got my tattoo. Obviously I didn't focus too much on it on the weekly vlog because of the fact that it was going to be quite a long weekly vlog with all the things that I had planned. So I thought I'd kind of sit down and do a sit down video with you all about it so that you can get a better idea of what it looks like, because you only saw it through the dermaplays the last time and it's had 2 weeks of healing on it at the minute. So it's still a little bit flaky, a little bit scabby. My body takes forever to heal anything. It really is a nightmare. I sustained a bruise to the inside of my arm few weeks ago, again on that weekly vlog. I cut most of that footage out, if I'm honest, because it was just burning time on my weekly vlog, but it was massive. It was like the whole entirety of my arm, and that took 2.5 weeks to heal. So my body's just not great at healing things, unfortunately. So it is still a little bit scabby and janky, so I'm sorry about that. But I do have to pre-film these so that I can get something up for you each week, you know, so that you've got something to watch and to keep my channel ticking over. So I thought I would film it for you now. It's in a very awkward place. It's on the back of my arm, just above my elbow. So I'm probably going to have to insert some sort of video footage of it for you all from like a tripod or something like that, because I really don't think I'm going to get it properly filmed in this kind of sit down video, because I'd have to have my back to you and then I can't see what I'm filming and it's just a little bit awkward. But like I say, it's on the back of my arm, it's above my elbow. I'm going to give you just a quick shot of it before I put in the proper one. So this is where it sits, and it wraps around slightly to the side here. So like I say, don't worry too much because I will be putting in an up close thing for you, which should be in now. Now that you've seen the up close and personal footage for it, I'm going to explain it to you. So, what I had done was a wildflower crescent moon. I did get a design off of Pinterest, which was similar, and just basically said to Georgie, this is what I want. I want a wildflower crescent moon. I don't really mind what wildflowers you use. I don't mind sort of the colours or the arrangement of it. I just wanted a lot of foliage in with it because I love foliage, like leaves and stuff like that, and sort of palm leaves. And I wanted very muted colours because it's only my second ever colour tattoo. My first tattoo being this one here from Rachel Baldwin. Her style is entirely different from Georgie's, which is good, don't get me wrong. You know, I love collecting art from all different artists, but Rachel's style is more kawaii, and kawaii uses very bright colours. Now that's not normally my style, if I'm honest, but I just love and sort of appreciate Rachel's work so much that obviously I wanted to get that done. But with this one I wanted something that was going to be very muted and very nature-like, and I think that the colours that she put into it are just spot on. Like, I told her muted colours, and that is literally the only brief that I gave her for it. So she picked the colours, she picked where to put them. I didn't dictate to her. I didn't say, right, I want the big flowers to be pink and I want the little ones to be blue and I want this one to look like that. You know, she did it all herself because I completely trusted her. I've seen her work for years and years and been such an avid admirer of her work. So I just left her to it to do the colours, and she's done such a fantastic job. Like, honestly, her lines are so clean on this tattoo. Just absolutely outstanding. I can't say enough about her. She is a phenomenal artist. I'm looking to maybe go back and get something Halloween themed from her as well within the next few months, so fingers crossed I can do that. But I'm just so in love with it. Now, the quote is in Latin. It is a Virgil quote, and Virgil was a Roman poet, and I'm not going to say like a philosopher really, but he was a very well-known poet. Hopefully some of you know who Virgil is, but if you don't, then as I did mention in my weekly vlog, it was actually used in Cassandra Clare's Mortal Instruments series for Sebastian Morgenstern. It's one of his quotes. I knew it as Virgil straight away when I read the books, because I do love the book series. But yeah, that's kind of where it comes from, is Virgil. That's what I wanted it from. So the quote, like I say, completely in Latin, and it is Flectere si nequero suspiros acronta movebo. Now, I probably have not pronounced that properly at all. I am not native speaking Latin. I'm not a Latin major. It's just I will pronounce it phonetically. Other people probably pronounce it differently, and that's entirely up to you. That's perfectly fine. I've probably butchered it, but it's, you know, that's basically what it says. Now, there are 2 or 3 different meanings for this tattoo. So I know a lot of people are going to write down below and be like, that's not what it means, I was told it meant this, da, da, da. And I get that. Again, it's up to people's personal perception of it. Now, the way I perceive it, and what I always knew it as from school when we studied poetry and everything like that, is if I cannot touch heaven, then I shall raise hell. Other ones have said it means if I cannot move heaven, then I will raise hell. Others have said if I cannot move heaven, hell I will raise. There's 4 or 5 different meanings to it, or different ways of saying it, but for me personally, it is if I cannot touch heaven, then I shall raise hell. It was actually from a poem of Virgil's, which was from a female perspective, and to this female antagonist, what it basically meant was, if I cannot live the way you want me to live my life, meaning if she could not adhere to what society tells her. Like, society tells us, you know, as anyone, and I'm not just taking this from a feminist point of view, but from like any point of view as a man or a woman, you know, from, let's say, a heterosexual point of view, because that's what I myself am, that it's a case of, you know, you should find a partner and settle down and get married and have babies and live your life and have a career and everything like that. That's kind of like the milestones of what a normal life is perceived as. Now, as I've told you before, I do not subscribe to this. I am not married. I do not have a partner. I have no intentions of getting a partner. I have no intentions of having children. It's just not for me. It's not my thing. Maybe it will happen later down the line. Maybe. I can't categorically rule it out. But for me personally, I just want to live my life and be free and do crazy weird things and be a radical person. But I find at the age that I am now, I get a lot of people who kind of judge me, and they'll sit there and be like, oh, you're not married? Oh, you don't want kids? Like, but you're a woman. I'm like, I know I'm a woman, but it doesn't mean that I have to follow the same path. So, from this piece of poetry that Virgil wrote, it was basically the female antagonist's way of saying, look, if I cannot live the way you want me to live, i.e. the way society sort of rules is a normal life, then I shall live however the hell I like, which is where the I shall raise hell comes from, which is if I can't live the way you want me to, I'll live how I like and screw you, which is essentially what I take from it as my meaning. Now, like I say, it's open to other people's ways of looking at it. You know, you might not feel like that, you might feel that it means something else, and that's perfectly fine, but for me that is what it means. I have had a couple people who, when I've told them, they've automatically thought I was a Satanist. I have no idea why. I think that's ridiculous and very close-minded of people, but I think whenever you mention heaven or hell, that's kind of what happens. People see it in a biblical sense, which I get, because that's obviously what taught us about hell and heaven in the first place, was the Bible and all that jazz. I am Wiccan, as you all know, so I do not subscribe to like Christianity or Judaism or anything like that that centres around one god and centres around the whole creation thing. You know, I'm not getting into it because I don't want this to be like a religious video, it's totally not. But that's what I take from it. I take from it as it being a case of, hey, I'm not going to live the way you want me to, so I shall raise hell and live the way I want. So that's fine. I'm not a Satanist, please don't think that. You know, Latin is a beautifully archaic and unfortunately dead language now, so I do love Latin and sort of everything like that. I have quite a few Latin phrases that I do love that, you know, have inspired me throughout my life, and that was just one of the things, especially now because of everything I've been through this year, like having my heart broken and getting a new job and overcoming adversity, overcoming my anxiety, everything like that. I just felt like it was a very strengthening thing for me. So obviously I wanted that tattooed on my body for the rest of my life. It's my choice, obviously. If you don't like tattoos, that's perfectly fine. I don't really care, if I'm honest. You know, the same way as I wouldn't come on to someone else's channel, see them not having tattoos and be like, why haven't you got tattoos? I'm offended. Like, this is 2018 and people get offended a lot, apparently, children. So, I'm just saying, if you don't like tattoos personally, that's absolutely fine. If you feel the need to drop a negative comment down below about anything, then you will be blocked and deleted, because I do not feed the trolls. I have a very, very heavy, you know, stance on that, really. Like, I don't feed the trolls, I'm sorry. So, you will be blocked and the comment will be deleted. But yeah, I am super, super happy with it. Like I said, it's a little bit crusty. I'm going to have to go and put some stuffs on it. So what I've been using for this tattoo is Palmer's cocoa butter. This is what Georgie recommended for me to use. Normally I use Bepanthen on mine, but this smells infinitely better, which is good. It smells like chocolate. Ooh, so I've got to put some of that on in a minute, because like I said, it's all crusty. Lovely. But yeah, so I've been using cocoa butter, which is good. I also used the Dermalase for 4 days in the end. 2 different bits, obviously, not the same one. And it really, really helped to heal it a lot quicker this time around than what my tattoos normally heal. Like, normally, sort of 2 weeks down the line, I'm still not able to cover it with a jumper. I'm still not able to rest on it, like if I'm laying down or anything. I have to sort of sleep with whatever part of me is tattooed sticking out of the covers for 2 or 3 weeks because my body's so bad at healing. Whereas with the Dermaplays on, literally, sort of the day that I took the Dermaplays off, which was 4 days after it was done, I could lay on it, I could cover it with a cardigan, with a jumper. Like, it was really, really good. It really helped kickstart that healing process for me, so I'm very happy about that. And I think in the future I am going to go the Dermalase route, to be honest with it. It's very expensive, Dermalase. It's about £30, I think, for a roll of it, which is why your tattooists usually don't give you one to take home. They'll, like, put one on it and leave it and just say, oh, take that off tomorrow morning and wash it, and then sort of what we call dry heal it. But Georgie didn't do that. Georgie was very, very sweet. She gave me another Dermaplays to take home, so that when I'd slept in it, I got up the next day, I took the Dermaplays off, I washed it and I dried it thoroughly with a towel, didn't cream it, and then put the other Dermalays on, kept that on for 3 days. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I took it off Monday morning before I went to work at 6 o'clock, and that's when I washed it again, left it to air dry for 20 minutes, and then I put the moisturiser on it. So it's healed a lot better, which I'm very, very happy about, and it's all good. Like I said, it's a little bit crusty at the moment, it's a bit itchy, because obviously it itches because it's flaking, so I just tend to pat it like, there baby, there. So it's always good to sort of give it a quick pat every so often, just to make sure that it stops itching. But yeah, I am super, super happy. I would recommend Georgie. I'm going to drop all of her links down below to her Instagram and everything like that, and the shop that she's obviously associated with. What else do I want to tell you? It didn't hurt, to be honest, but then again, I've got a very high pain threshold. We've spoken about this on this channel before now under my tattoo tag videos, and it took just under 2 hours to complete. We started at 1 o'clock and we finished at 10 to 3, so it took an hour and 50 minutes, which wasn't too bad. We had a break in between as well. We lined it, had a break, had a cup of tea, because tea is life. Spoke about the fact that we're probably going to be mad old cat ladies when we're older, although it would be me with doggos, because I prefer dogs to cats. And then yeah, we cracked on with the colour, so it was all good in the proverbial hood. I know I'm not really down with kids, sorry. But yeah, so that's kind of about it for it. That's all I needed to share with you about it. So anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, do drop them down below. I'll be happy to answer anything for you within my realms of knowledge. I am not a trained or professional tattooist, and everybody's body heals differently, but I can tell you what I've personally gone through myself. So if you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up for me. It really does help me make more videos for you guys. Also, if you haven't already but you feel like you would like to, then go ahead and click that big red subscribe button up there in the corner for me. Makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. And until the next time, guys, I'm going to check you later. So check ya.